Okay, people. So, I have finally passed my ACE certified personal training test. So, I realize I have not posted any content lately, and it really is because I've been busy either at the gym myself or focusing on getting certified in my studies. So, I apologize for that. But today, I'm going to make a short video on really kind of what to expect with the actual test. And also, I'll mention a few problems I had with the test and also the study up to the test. So, anybody who goes through ACE, you are going to have 2 practice tests at the end of your lessons. So after you're done with the quizzes, after you're done with the reading and all that other stuff, you're going to have the 2 practice tests at the end. So these are supposed to be super beneficial. They're supposed to kind of prop you up on a pedestal in preparation for the real test. But I will say the real test is very different. So one way they're different. A big thing you're going to have to do in general as a personal trainer is read people's posture. There's a lot of postural deviations with people, so you're going to have to notice that and be able to try to correct it as best as possible if you can correct it. Some aren't correctable, like scoliosis. Some are just medical issues that you're going to have to work around. But there are other issues like weaknesses in muscles that you can correct. So back to my problem. In the practice tests, they will describe a situation in 3 to 4 sentences, and you are forced to try to imagine and picture for yourself this situation. Let's use one of the test questions. There was a woman squatting, and so on the practice tests, they would describe that out, and they describe, exactly how her knee is reacting to her squat, bending inward, and you'd have to try to picture that for yourself and try to figure out what muscles are weak because of her form. And on the actual test, there's a video of that. So the video is obviously, for I would say 99.9% of us out there would rather see a video so we can acknowledge what's happening and see with our own eyes than read in sentences and try to create this picture in our mind of what she's doing wrong or what this person in the question and the prompt is doing wrong. So videos make it so much easier to obviously visualize and see what a person is doing in their activity and what you can try to do to help improve that, or what muscles are weak on that person. So there's going to be a lot of questions regarding that muscle weakness and form issues that you're going to have to just be able to know. So reading is extremely important. Without reading the book, I probably wouldn't have passed the test, actually. Just the going through the system, the online system alone, and taking these little quizzes is helpful, but it's not everything. So reading in the last month or so really, really helped me to get kind of prepared for this test itself. Another problem I have with the test is I guess I maybe not was led to believe this, but I wrongly assumed that there'd be a lot of math on it, because one of the things that you have to do is pass like a math assessment, and you have to be able to calculate people's BMIs and the percentage of certain calories, whether it be fat or carbs and foods. So I was freaking out about the math because I have never been good at math myself. So the last thing I wanted was to have a math issue on this test. I had that in school. I don't want that outside of school. You know what I'm saying? So I studied my ass off for math, and there were only about 3 or 4 math problems on the entire test. So I felt stupid as shit leaving that room after passing the test. Like, oh, I was very hyped that I passed, but I was like, man, I wasted so much time the last 48, 72 hours practicing math for a test that barely had math on it. So don't make the same mistake I did. Know your shit with the math, but don't overstudy for it. Focus on Chapter 7. Focus on knowing your anatomy. Big, huge. Know your anatomy, know your muscles, and know the form that would show that people are weak in certain areas, especially with certain muscles. That is really all I have for you guys. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave a comment. I am now officially an ACE certified personal trainer. Extremely happy about that. If you have any training questions for me, feel free to just message me. Okay, guys. Also, wanted to note, I do have a Facebook page and an Instagram up currently for Elite Form Athletics. Elite Form Athletics. This page is really going to be centered around giving people helpful hints and tricks for form and using correct form in their workouts to prevent injury. And also I'm going to be posting a lot of articles backed by ACE and a lot of other reputable people in the fitness industry to kind of give you guys new stuff to use at the gym, because nobody likes to have an old workout. Your body adapts very quickly, so mixing in new, different activities and movements is always beneficial.